Good morning, everybody. Hey, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well this Wednesday morning. What is it? December? No, I'm sorry, not December yet. It's November. Let's hang on to it for another day. Still here at Animal Kingdom Lodge. And today's topic is all about focus. All right? Focus, focus, focus. I only bring this up because I've had a gentleman in the last 24 hours who's part of our fast track training. He's all prepped to come out to the Note Mastermind. He called me last week because he's been sloughing off on his note business. And he was taking some training to help him with focus. And he calls me, man, I feel like I've been slacking. I need to make more offers. And I really want to do this. And I got such and such funds to do this right now. I'm like, okay, great, man. Let me help you out with that. Because you're not failing me. The only person you're failing is yourself. And so I sent him a list. First of all, I asked him for a pledge letter. He heed and hawed about a pledge letter. And the pledge letter wasn't for him to promote funds to me. Good morning, Tracy. Good morning, everybody. It was for him to buy into it. It was literally for him to be pledging the funds to notes. All right? I didn't care if I'm not asking for him to joint venture with me. I just wanted him to take it serious. Well, so I pulled a small list of some assets, some stuff that he could do, because the money he had was basically about 60 grand. It's like, okay, great, here's 4 or 5 note deals in there and put some money into work to get started, because he really wants to get his first deal closed before the end of the year. Because that's my biggest goal. It's my biggest goal. I'm like, okay, great, no problem. Look at the list. If you don't find anything on there, not a big deal. You'll be out here at the Mastermind Orlando in a couple days, hanging with 80 plus there's about 80 our Note Mastermind members, over probably 100 with families and everybody involved. I said, come on out. My video keeps cutting in and out, everybody. Video is weak here. Let's check this out. I don't know why my signal is so weak. Let me go over here. Maybe this will help a little bit. There we go. That's probably better. Anyway, so he's all motivated. He tells me he's all motivated to make offers. So I send him the tape, and I even highlight 4 or 5 offers. He gives me his 5 states. The hat is bringing the power back. That's exactly right, baby. And I'm asking him, hey, man, when you get your bids into me? You need to get your bids to me by Tuesday. So he sends me an email yesterday. Hey, man, I couldn't find any offers on there that made sense, and I've decided I'm not going to come out to the mastermind. I'm like, what? He goes, yeah. He goes, the foreclosure auction this month is going to be the biggest in a long time, so I'm going to focus on this, which drives me bonkers, everybody. Okay? Because this is a guy who literally says, I got to quit trying to buy foreclosures at the foreclosure auction because there's nothing available. They're overpriced, or they get bid up beyond what makes sense. And I'm like, dude, why are you telling me that you want to be focused on this, but then your actions dictate other results? So he emailed staff, like, hey, I need to cancel, need to get my money back on the room block here. So she's a trooper, goes out, gets it done quickly so he can get his money back. Well, then 5 hours later, he changed his mind. Well, hey, man, forget that. I'm going to come. Well, tough shit. Room block, you've already been kicked off of that. We've already got somebody that stepped into your place. Now you're struggling trying to find. Now, I don't know if he's going to make it out here or not. He's welcome to make it. But now it's costing him more money because now he's got to go find a hotel because all of Disney is booked here now. And it just doesn't build, his focus isn't there. He says one thing, but his actions speak louder than his words. And your focus has to be solely on one thing. You can't be a jack of all trades and be a master of any of them. And if you're going to be focused on notes, focus on it. Focus. Go make phone calls. Go reach out to asset managers. There's plenty of tapes that are floating around there at this being the end of the year. And if you're not buying assets, it's just because you're not talking to enough people enough. You know? So I feel for the guy, but I also like, dude, if you're going to tell me you're going to do something, just do it. Don't he and haw. Don't float from that. Because nobody wants to deal with this. This is a guy that's also has not listened to me in the past, in the beginning, about bidding instructions. Like, you don't want to buy that stuff. You don't want to buy this. This is different. It's not REO stuff. And so many people want to approach notes from an REO funding side, an REO acquisition side. Okay, you can't do that. Notes are totally different because the fact is you've got to keep in mind you're becoming the bank. Okay, your goal is to rehab the borrower and make things happen. But your focus has got to be still in. If you're off running around doing a million different things, you're no good. My buddy Jason Scenaris just joined us here. He turns business around. Well, if your business owner is off doing 4 or 5 different things, they're never going to get their business out of the shitter and into a successful basis because they're not focused. You can't be running around doing a million things and be focused. You're going to be too dizzy from trying to make things happen. All right? That's what it all comes down to, everybody. You've got to be focused. Now, I see real estate investors all the time, all right, that are struggling. They're trying to do a million different things. There's some people out there that are, I'm going to be the next REO investor. I'm going to be the next apartment guru. All right? You know, I'm going to do all this other cool stuff. Well, you're not, because you're never going to get around to being focused enough on it. It's too hazy out here. Let's go back inside. And my connection is weak again. The power of Disney drawing the power away from Facebook Live. So, I see people, I'm a Forex trader, or I'm also a wholesaler, or I'm also a fix and flipper, I'm also a landlord, I'm also doing owner financing. Then they have posts about, I don't want to be a landlord anymore. I don't want to be a fix and flipper. Well, the reason you're not successful at stuff or people are taking money from you is because you're not focused on it. You're not there, all right? You're not there to watch your money. You're not there making it happen because you're over trying to be. You're chasing so many damn shiny objects. You're chasing so many damn squirrels. No wonder you don't have any success, all right? No wonder you don't have any success. Long ago, well, going back about 7 years now, I was in my office in Austin, Texas, and I was like that. I was like many people like that. That's why I feel like I can talk about that. I was wholesaling properties. I was doing notes. We were doing short sales. I was brokering some private money loans. And I was making money. I had some rentals. I had some fix and flips going on too in Austin. I was making some money, but it wasn't near what I should have been making. All right? Well, it's funny. I'm sitting here in Animal Line overlooking pool, and I can see 2 giraffes walking by the pool on the other side of the fence. Now it's kind of cool here. Anyway, I wasn't successful like I should have been. And my partner at the time, she was like, what's going to make you the most amount of money if you really focus on it? I go, no, it's really will, because that was basically the beginning of the debacle, 2008, 2009. And so I stopped doing everything else and focused. And was it tough at first? Yeah, it was tough at first. Anything you start at first, you're not going to have overnight success. All right, you're not going to have immediate success. Sometimes you will, but it's not going to be continued. You're going to have peaks and valleys, peaks and valleys, peaks and valleys. And that's what happened to me. For literally the first 6 months, it was peaks and valleys. All right, I closed a deal and make some money, great, but I got to pay bills. All right, close some deals, got to start marketing. I didn't have my systems in place to build success, and I think that's what a lot of people struggle with. Is they dabble in it, they have a little bit of success, and they don't continue doing the things. They don't continue marketing. They don't continue doing lead source. So they get these deals in, they work them, they stop marketing. And when they finish the deals, now they don't have any deals to work on because they didn't market along the way because they're too busy trying to do everything themselves. So if you're a wholesaler or just trying to do that, and owner finance, you can't do everything. You've got to pick one thing and run with it solely. One thing. All right? Until you're at that point where that one thing is running on its own, that's the time then to start something new. That's the time to add something second. All right? But before that, if you're just focused on one thing, just stick to that one thing. All right? You will be happier because you're not chasing a million things. You're not spinning a million plates that keep falling down on you and costing you money on that. All right? And I know us as entrepreneurs, squirrel syndrome is in all of our bloods. The squirrel disease. All right? Shiny object syndrome is all in our bloodlines. It's all in our DNA because that's what we do. We're taught that. We are brainwashed that when we go to different real estate workshops, what's the best tool to add to your tool belt? And so we get sold the idea that if we have as many tools in our tool belt, we'll be the most awesome master investor. That's not the case. That's not the case at all because you're too busy looking at too many deals trying to find out which tool to use. You never get a chance to really implement as much as you should. All right, focus is important. If you have one tool, if you got a drill, you go focus on how to use that drill over and over and over again. Okay, I've got buddies that are a part of a huge mastermind group, 130 plus individuals. Yeah, no, Jason Palace, that hat will stay on here. Just wait, you guys don't have a football team in St. Louis anymore, so don't worry about it. You're good. So everybody hates a winner. That's what's funny. You know when you've made it when people start talking shit on you about making money, being at the top of your game. Trust me, it's a good place to be. Anyway, what was I saying? You got to realize if you've got a tool, do it, use it, and use it over and over and over again. That's the way you build success. If you're in software, hey, sticking to the software side. If you are wholesaling, stick to the wholesaling side. That's what that's what I was getting at. My buddies that are part of this huge mastermind group, you got people in there that are doing wholesales. You got other people are doing rentals. People are doing big fix and flips. My buddy Brad Chandler, he's doing a couple 100 transactions a year out of the Washington, D.C. area. And he's focused on that. That's what he does, fix and flips. But he's also narrowing down. He's being more focused. Okay? He's not doing Baltimore and Washington, D.C. because he was realizing it was costing more money for the Baltimore ones, so he's narrowed it down. He's also staying into, I guess, the inner loop of D.C. versus going to the outer loop. The outer loops, he's not trying to do fix and flips. He's just wholesaling off, making quick money to his friends and colleagues, getting paid fees because he's focused solely on his fix and flip business inside, I guess, the loop there in D.C. So that's what you have to realize. Those that are successful are focused on one thing and one thing only. Okay? If you're not successful, if you haven't left your JOB, if you're not financially independent, focus on that one thing, provided it's a current thing that works. There's a lot of people out there chasing apartments right now. Apartments are so overpriced, okay? Why would you pay peak price for something? Wait a few years and they'll be back at a discount again. There's people out there chasing REOs in markets that make no sense. Like I'm in Austin, Texas. It does not make sense to try to buy an REO in Austin, Texas because it's overpriced. San Diego is another one. Everything's overpriced. LA. Move your money somewhere else that makes sense. St. Louis, Missouri, Indiana, Ohio, Michigan, Tennessee. Even Florida is starting to get to the point where in parts of it are overpriced. But that's okay. There's a lot of inventory in Florida still. So as I get into talking, as we've talked about that, focus, guys. If you focus on one thing, you're going to be a lot happier. You're going to be a lot less stressed. You'll have some balance to a life because if you're trying to do too many things, your free time is constantly going to be looking at other things. Now, a few years ago, they sold us on the idea about multitasking, right, everybody? Oh, you got to be able to multitask. And it's proven, scientifically proven, you can't do really more than two things at once. You're inefficient trying to do more than two things at once, okay? Scientifically proven because the distractions, you are never efficient as you should be if you focused on one thing solely. So if you're going to be focused on one thing, go be focused on. Now, some of you guys that are on here, people that follow us, I know that people are semi-retired and do fun things. That's a different story. You're at where you want to be. I'm talking to those people that are starting off or trying to do something different. You've got to be focused. If you're retired and investing is a hobby for you, by all means, hey, relax, chill, spend time with your grandkids. Buy your couple deals a month or a year. That's completely fine. There's no wrong with that. What happens, though, is people often aren't there, though. They're not there. So they try to do multiple things, try to make as much cash as possible, and they end up losing the long game because they're chasing nickels instead of dollars. So that's the biggest thing I'm going to leave you with, guys, today. Focus is all about focusing on one thing and getting good at that one thing, okay? I stopped doing everything else years ago, focused on notes. I had my ups and downs, but that's all I focused on is my one thing. So don't care what type of real estate you're in. If you focus on one thing and one thing only, as long as it's an accurate thing these days, you'll be a lot happier and make a whole lot more money and be a whole lot you'll be more successful a whole lot faster by doing that. So guys and gals, thanks for joining us. Any questions, comments? I see people on there talking about, hey, I got Dapes in. That's great. Awesome. Christina. Go Baltimore Ravens. Yeah, as long as you're not playing the Cowboys. Who else on here? Steven, did your first owner finance deal on duplex last month? First payment's due tomorrow. That's good. Thought you were a wholesaler too. Tracy, you're right. Scott, you spend your energy on people who focus. Let go of those who drift. Yeah, exactly. Everybody, I think we all have people that are distracted. That's why we have this mastermind group. Hey, I love coming out here and spending time with my mastermind group because they're focused. And they're, we're hanging out with some people last night and tonight and tomorrow night, and then a bunch of people coming in Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Those are the people that are focused. You can't waste your time. I think we all have people that will take us away from our focus. You can't spend time on people that aren't going to be focused or dedicated to what you want to. If they're not, it doesn't mean you have to say goodbye to them. But if you're working on something new, be focused and surround yourself with people that are like-minded people. Your own mastermind group will help get you to over the hump and to success a whole lot faster. So let's see here. Not a big fan. Yeah, exactly, Stephen. The reason foreclosure auctions don't make sense these days is too many people who think they're going to go buy something. So they get overpriced, get jacked up from weekend warriors than the actual investors out there making things happen. So, all right, guys, we will see you guys tomorrow. Have a great Wednesday afternoon. Get over the hump and make some things happen this Wednesday. We'll talk to you guys later. Bye, everybody.